Every morning before the world rushes in with its demands, I do one simple thing. It's not glamorous, it's not complicated, and no, it's not scrolling my phone, though I used to do that, and believe me, it never helped. This one habit became my secret weapon against stress, and honestly, it has changed the way I live my entire day. Let me back up a little. For the longest time, my mornings looked like chaos. Alarm blaring, me hitting snooze 3 times, then grabbing my phone to check messages, emails, and whatever nonsense social media was throwing at me. By the time I actually got out of bed, my mind was already buzzing with stress I hadn't even earned yet. Sound familiar? That's when I decided something had to change. I asked myself, what if the way I start my morning sets the tone for everything else? If the first thing I do fills me with stress, no wonder the rest of the day feels overwhelming. But if I choose something calming, maybe, just maybe, the rest of the day could feel lighter. So, I tried an experiment. For 1 week I decided that the very first thing I do each morning was breathe. Yes, just breathe. Here's how it worked. Instead of lunging for my phone, I would sit up in bed, close my eyes, and take 5 slow, deep breaths. That's it. Inhale, exhale, nothing fancy. Sometimes I'd put a hand on my chest just to feel the rhythm of my breathing. Sometimes I'd focus on a simple phrase like, I am calm, or today will be good. It felt strange at first, almost too easy, but the effect? Wow. After those 5 breaths, I noticed my shoulders would drop, my mind wasn't racing, I didn't feel that instant panic of needing to catch up with the world. I felt grounded, steady, like I had pressed a reset button before the day even began. Now I know what you're thinking. Can something that simple really reduce stress? The answer is yes. Breathing deeply calms the nervous system. It lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. It tells your brain, you're safe, you're okay, no need to panic. And when you start your morning with that message, everything else feels less urgent, less heavy. The ripple effect was huge. Because I began my mornings calmly, I found myself reacting differently during the day. When traffic got bad, I didn't snap. When work emails piled up, I felt more focused. Even when little frustrations popped up, the kind that used to send me spiraling, I could handle them with ease. Why? Because I had already practiced calm first thing in the morning. But here's where it gets interesting. That tiny breathing habit slowly grew into more. Sometimes after those breaths, I'd stretch my body, roll my shoulders, or sip water slowly before diving into the day. Other times, I'd jot down one thing I was grateful for in a notebook. None of this took more than 5 minutes. Yet somehow, those 5 minutes gave me more control over the next 15 hours. And the best part? This habit is free. No special equipment, no expensive retreat, no complicated app, just you, your breath, and a few intentional minutes. Now I'm not saying stress magically disappears. Life is still busy, problems still show up uninvited, but the difference is, I don't start the day already buried under them. I start with clarity, I start with calm, and that changes everything. If you're listening to this and thinking, I don't have time, let me be honest, you do. 5 breaths take less than a minute. You spend more time unlocking your phone. Try replacing that reflex with this one and watch what happens. For me, it became a ritual, almost sacred. Sometimes I do it by the window, letting in the morning light. Sometimes I sit on the edge of the bed, still half asleep. It doesn't have to look perfect, it just has to be yours. So here's my message. Stress isn't always about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. And the way you begin your morning gives you the first chance to respond with peace instead of panic. The first thing I do every morning is breathe. Simple, powerful, life-changing. And if you try it tomorrow morning, maybe, just maybe, you'll find that stress doesn't control you anymore. You control the way your day begins, and that, my friend, makes all the difference.